Where are we off to, Kim?
We're off to start the Heathy, 4 days of 80k up and over onto the west coast.
The Heathy track is a through track. It's tucked away in the northwest corner of New Zealand's South Island. The nearest township on the northern side is Takaka, and you can get there by a convenient flight from Wellington. The Heathy is one of New Zealand's great walks. It goes from tall beaches to sandy beaches with alpine tussock in the middle. We're booked into the Perry Saddle Hut the first night, James Mackay Hut the second night, and I'm particularly looking forward to the last night, Heathy Hut at the river mouth. The first few Ks feel easy peasy.
Steady incline, zigzagging up the hill, nice underfoot, lovely beach leaves, beautiful shaded, mature forest.
The first day of the Heathy track, we are walking 5 hours up a steady incline along a ridge up to our first night's hut. We enjoy the solitude of the track until we unexpectedly run into some company. I'm wondering what makes this tree so special. When I look up, I see a marvellous display of flowering rata. At this point in the day, my legs have felt fresher. Still, it's a bit of a surprise when I see we're already at the highest point on the track. And just like that, we're done walking for the day. It's time to dump our bags and get cleaned up for the evening at the hut.
Beautiful swim after a lovely day's walk, well earned.
The hut's a great spot to admire the majestic Kahurangi Ranges and keep the local wildlife company. Day 2, 24 k's to go. We are following the track through an alpine region. Got lots of mountain beach, snow tussock, rivers, limestone bluffs. We might see some takahe. There are some rare carnivorous snails that we're hoping to come across. If we find a river, we'll very likely jump in it and have a swim. It feels like we've climbed a magic beanstalk up to an enchanted land in the clouds. But no magic is involved, just a desire to explore and a sturdy pair of boots. But even the sturdiest boots can reach the end of the road as their seams come apart and their soles wear thin. The very luckiest of these boots ends up not in a landfill, but carried by their hiker one more time along a great walk to their final resting place in the great outdoors here at Boot Pole Corner. The intermittent drizzle gets a bit more persistent. Now I've gotten warmed up on the hike, these alpine streams are starting to look very inviting. After refilling the fuel tanks at Goolin Downs hut, we notice some desire paths off the main track and drop our packs to investigate. For the last 500 million years, weather has been wearing away at the soft limestone in this area, carving out these bluffs and caves. I can't begrudge the rain when its simple persistence over time has sculpted this enchanted grotto. Am I in a fairy tale? It's a land of carnivorous Poeliphantus snails who prey on earthworms, sucking them up like spaghetti noodles. We cross another stream. This Totawai shares our keen interest in the water. Every so often we spot a splash of colour above us. The rata are putting on a wonderful show.
Sunshine and rain.
It's getting to the weary end of the day and the rain dampens the mood. This fellow, however, is having the time of his life splashing in a muddy puddle. Nature inspires us into action.
One push-up.
Clean, washed, half an hour, 45 minutes to go to the hut.
The bracing dip in a puddle has reinvigorated us for the last short stretch of track.
At the end of the day, I'm going to be looking forward to getting into the hut with some dry clothes, finding a good book and getting some rehydrated food inside me. Day 3, 20 kilometres downhill through Rimu forests. What else they got? Rimu and what? Day 3, 20 kilometres downhill. Going to be going through Rimu and Rata and Kahikatea forests. We join the Heathy and Lewis rivers where we get to go across a couple of swing bridges there. We're on the lookout for wild kiwi. We're on the lookout for wild kiwi roaming around the tracks in the daylight. And we've heard rumours that there's great bird life to be seen besides that.
Hikers coming the other way tell us to keep our eyes open for a sunglass-wearing great spotted kiwi wandering the track in daylight. In the distance, I see tonight's Rivermouth accommodation, an easy day's downhill walk coming up. I take a moment to admire the pendulous foliage of my favourite tree, a rimu. Every now and then, we stop to visit with the local birds.
Some chocolate.
And a little bit of chocolate. Just a little bit of something sweet to keep the energy levels up for the next hour or so.
Looks like this is on timber, is it? Or is it coal?
What do you reckon? Give it a hard tap. Is it coal? It is.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
We're descending down to the Heaphy River. This looks even more inviting than yesterday's puddle. Doc has just finished building 2 brand new swing bridges at the confluence of the Heaphy and Lewis rivers. They let us get across without eels nibbling on our extremities. These impressive bridges replaced what was the longest swing bridge in the country until it was washed away in a storm that left the river running 7 metres above its usual levels. When we see the Nico palms, we know we're getting closer to the ocean and therefore our refuge for the night. Our grueling tramp turns into a late afternoon at the beach. What a fabulous spot. Standing at Heaphy Hut. It's giving us a false perception of the place. It feels much more tropical than I'm sure it really is. The fourth and final day of the Heaphy takes us along a sandfly infested coastal walk, the Tasman to our right and Nico Glades to our left. We're hoping to see weka and other wildlife. And at the end of the trip, we're hoping to catch a ride on a plane back to Takaka. As carefully as we searched yesterday, we couldn't find our daytime kiwi. Another day, I'm sure. But these common weka with their young chicks are quite enthralling enough. What a cracker of a day. The ocean is booming. The Nico are flowering. Bumblebees are feasting on rata nectar. Cicadas are singing. We're finding babbling springs and detouring to short lookouts. There's really only one thing that could improve the day.
Hard swimming in your boots. Very refreshing actually.
The Heaphy is New Zealand's longest great walk, but we're at the end far too soon. I'm enjoying myself way too much to let the adventure end right now. We base ourselves in the small village of Takaka and take day trips to explore the Golden Bay region. We visit Artesian Springs from an aquifer fed by the same alpine streams we'd crossed on the track. I get a real coffee fix after days of sugary instant coffee. I visit the golden beaches that this region is named after. We explore karst formations. A short waterfall walk inevitably leads to another swim. We must remember our togs next time.
It's a very healthy looking male too. Looks like there's been plenty of fish around.
Our farewell spit tour driver inspires me with his educated and entertaining commentary. You would be so lucky to have him.
And yep, that's a female. That's a mature female. She's breeding age.
Appropriately, we say goodbye to the region at Cape Farewell. What a fun summer adventure. I can't stop my smile stretching from ear to ear. I've walked the land. This Hikoi whenua has rejuvenated my awe of the world's natural beauty, and I welcome a renewed sense of obligation to protect and sustain our environment for future generations.